So, how can blueberries be bad for you? A friend of mine asked me this very unexpected question yesterday. How can blueberries be bad for you? This is Dr. Lisa, making the science simple and answering your nutrition and heart health questions. Haven't we heard about how blueberries are so amazingly good for you? Here's the story. My friend had put a cup of blueberries into his smoothie. And then he remembered that he heard somewhere that blueberries can be bad for you. I did the research. I sent him a relevant article, eased his mind. And then I asked ChatGPT. And apparently we read some of the same articles. So here we go. On PubMed.gov, in the last 5 years, there have been 1,422 scientific research articles published about blueberries. I was amazed by that. Of those, 138 are review articles. Now, a review article is where a bunch of scientists look at all of the existing research on a specific topic and summarize the current state of knowledge. So basically, each particular experiment might give one little perspective about the science of blueberries and health, but I dug into this one research article that reviewed 198 research studies about blueberries and health. It was a lot. And I came to some conclusions after reading hundreds of titles and a few abstracts. Those are the summaries. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to ask ChatGPT. So that review article that I really focused in on, I took the abstract and I put it in ChatGPT and I said, please summarize and shorten this. Here's what ChatGPT said. And I happen to agree. Blueberries have many health benefits due to their phytochemicals, particularly anthocyanins. I'm going to do a video about those. Studies show that they may reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and death, and improve weight and brain health. They also have anti-inflammatories and ding, 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 antioxidant properties, and they benefit gut health, period. The gut health, that's more of a recent thing. The older studies didn't really focus on the microbiome, but the later studies do. I'm so glad. More research is needed to fully understand their benefits, but it's generally recommended to eat blueberries regularly. Now, some of the articles were like, there's no contraindications to blueberries. The science on blueberries is good. But to answer the question that I was asked, I had to get more specific. I had to get down and dirty with ChatGPT. And so I asked ChatGPT, when can blueberries be bad for you? Here's what it pulled out. Again, blueberries are generally considered to be healthy and safe to consume. However, there are a few cases in which blueberries may be bad for you. And it gave me 5 points. Point number 1, allergic reactions. Some people may be allergic to blueberries and may experience symptoms such as hives, itching, and difficulty breathing. I read about that in multiple articles, and it's rare, but it is possible. Okay. Number 2, interactions with medication. Blueberries may interact with certain medications such as blood thinners. So it is important to talk to your doctor if you're taking any medications before consuming blueberries in large quantities. Now, here's the thing. In large quantities is key to that statement. There are a couple of keys, but that's one key. So what is a large quantity? So I read some studies that said moderation was a third of a cup of blueberries. Most talk about a cup of blueberries, but the ones that say that there are problems with blueberries, they're talking about excessive amounts, like 3 to 4 cups at one time. So the large quantities there, I would generally say that 3 to 4 cups, that was in multiple studies, that 3 to 4 cups was like too much at one time. But 1 cup or less is just fine for daily consumption, even ideal. Here's the other thing though, and I got to do a video about the blood. You know, I love the capillaries. I also love blood, and you know, learning about it, talking about it, and I get really kind of triggered when people are told you can't eat healthy things because of this or that. So what I say to people that are on blood thinners, if you are going to consume kale or blueberries or, you know, some of these really healthy foods that can make your blood flow better, right? Though they're not blocking coagulation like the blood thinner medications, but they're helping your red blood cells to move better. They're helping the lining of your capillaries to be healthier, and like I said, they're helping your blood to flow better. But it's working with the body, not against the body. But when you do eat these things, just be consistent. If you consistently are, you know, eating the same amount or the same foods on a regular, consistent basis, let's say kale. You eat kale Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm just pulling this out of the air. But when it's consistent, then when you get your blood level, your, you know, clotting factors, your INR, whatnot, PT, PTT, when you get those blood tests done, they will take into account the consistent foods that you're eating, and then maybe they'll be able to decrease your blood thinners, you know, maybe, I don't know, but at least it's something that can be tested. It's something that you don't have to be afraid of, but you do have to be consistent. Okay. Where was I? So, yeah, that's interaction with medication. So number 1 was allergic reactions. Number 2, interactions with medications. Number 3, overconsumption. Consuming too many blueberries, again, we're talking 3 to 4 cups at a time, can lead to diarrhea, stomach upset, and other digestive problems. So there is fiber in blueberries, and people, you know, you can't handle the fiber, right? But fiber does a couple of things. It does feed the microbiome. It can absorb some minerals from your body. There are a couple different things that can happen when you consistently have too much fiber. Now I think that's hard for Americans to do on the diets that most of us are on, but you know, that can be a consideration. But again, that isn't a problem of excess consumption. All right. Number 4, pesticides. Some blueberries may be treated with pesticides, so it's important to choose organic blueberries or wash them thoroughly before consuming. And when I say wash them thoroughly, just washing them in regular water probably won't do the trick. You wash them in maybe some 11.5 pH water that can break down the oils of the pesticides, and then rinse that with 2.5 water, and that will take care of bacteria, which is kind of a point of the number 5. but get organic, you know. Number 5, unripe or moldy blueberries should not be consumed as it can cause food poisoning. Yeah, we want to avoid the moldy blueberries. I didn't know unripe blueberries could cause food poisoning, and I didn't look that up any further, but they probably taste terrible. So, but maybe I will look up unripe blueberries. All right. So ChatGPT continues. It is always recommended to talk to your doctor or registered dietitian if you have any concerns about consuming blueberries, especially if you have any health conditions. I've got to say, I was impressed. So upon scrutiny, blueberries stand up to the nutritional hype, and so does ChatGPT once you get the prompt right. It took me a few times, like the first couple of questions that I asked it, it was like, ChatGPT cannot give medical advice. You know, it sounds like you're looking for health advice or medical advice, and that's beyond my scope. So I was like, all right. And, you know, I had to tweak the question a little bit. But after a few tries, I got just what I needed. So don't worry about blueberries. If you're eating a cup or less at a time, use them in your smoothies, use them, freeze them, do all the things. But blueberries are awesome. All right. So if you like this information, please hit the thumbs up. Maybe even share it with someone you love. This is Dr. Lisa. I love you all. Mwah.